All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Monday afternoon, evening, or maybe even Tuesday morning, wherever you are in the world. I'm Kriss. This is KrissPax Live. And we've got the last day of the month, the last day of Q2, this the second quarter of 2025, all ending in a few hours. And Doge is trying to make a move back up so it can be in the green, because that's what we want to see. I know it's not as good as Bitcoin, and we can, Bitcoin's doing so much better. Hey, just wait. Just wait. So we're going to talk about that and a few other things going on. We'll touch on the Robinhood thing. We'll touch on Bitcoin. We'll touch on, what else do I have lined up here? And Trump and interest rates. Yes, we're going to talk about that too. So a lot to talk about. Let me drop down here in the corner. And as people are coming in, I'm going to talk about a swing trade. Some of you already know because you follow me on X, and I post things that I do on X, whether I'm buying or selling, I post it. At the end of the live stream on Sunday, right here, the price was going down. Yes, the price was going down and was right around the 16.4 when we ended the live stream on Sunday. And it just 16.4, this orange line that we've had and we've been following for weeks. So, yeah, I'll get to that, DB. You're spoiling my thunder, man. You're spoiling my thunder. I'll get to it. So, and I'm having dinner, and you know me, right? I'm like, I've always got my eyes peeled, right, to the charts. I got charts all over the house. But I'm watching. I'm keeping up with what's going on. And you start to see the green candle going up. And you're like, look at that. Too bad I'm not still live, because that'd be more fun if I was live while this is going up. And I was just like, damn, I missed it. But then it kept going up. It kept going up. And so up and up it went. And here it topped out at $16.97. It was almost 17 cents. And I was like, well, let's see what happens from here. See if it has more momentum. It keeps going up or what. And you know what I say, right? I say, you sell on the green candles, not the red candles, right? You buy on the red candles. You sell on the green candles. And I talked about the risks of swing trading. Swing trading is not for everybody. Again, I say swing trading is not for everybody. But I just thought, based on everything I've said in the past couple of weeks, it would be disingenuous for me to not follow through on what I say. So I did it. And you see that big red circle? That means I sold. That's right. Now, not all my Dogecoin, but my swing trading stash of Doge, which I have in two locations. I got some on Coinbase and some on Robinhood. And that's just how it ended up because of where I transferred money from and other things I did. And so it took me about 3 or 4 sales to unload my Doge at average price was $16.96. It's about $16.96 there last night. And I sold it was about 168,000 Dogecoin. So somewhere in there between 168, 169. And then I just waited and I waited and it kept bouncing off. 1698, 1698, 1698, 1698. It was going sideways here. And I was just like, well, that's different. It's not just dropping right away. And then about 9 o'clock last night, and then it started dropping. And then I was like, okay, that big red candle right there, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was somebody else selling, not me. But somebody else was swing trading. Some other big whale finally got around to like, okay, we're not going to go higher, and they're going to sell. And so, boom, down it went. Started to recover a little bit up to 1693, and then it was thunk, 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 and down it went. And I was like, okay, I can go to bed now. And I'll wake up tomorrow morning and I'll see where it is. So, again, it's the summer of chop. As I've been saying, again and again and again, summer of chop. Dogecoin is not going to go on some 100, 200% rally in the middle of the summer, unless there is some specific news, right? Some specific catalyst that will get Doge to take off. Now, why did Doge go up with these green candles? I don't know. I didn't see anything specific related to Dogecoin there. Bitcoin was sort of slowly gaining up at that same time. ETH had some nice green candles there. So Doge's was a little bit delayed after the ETH, but maybe it was pushing because of ETH, the Doge went up. I don't know. But I just saw that as, okay, here we are, right? End of June. It could have gone higher into the 17s, maybe. But I just felt after that first bounce off of 17 cents and back down, and was like, okay, I'm going to swing trade this. So that's what I did. Sold. Woke up this morning, and we're right around 1647, 1650, like right around here. And I've got this orange line there. And I just said to myself, if it drops below that orange line, I'm going to buy back in. And it was as simple as that. And I waited and I waited and I was patient. And stupid Robinhood, right? We had this initial drop down to 1637. But Robinhood said, well, if you buy here, it's going to be 1647. And I'm just like, that's not below 16.4 because stupid Robinhood has that big spread. We'll talk more about Robinhood later on other stuff they're doing, but that's the deal with Robinhood. And if you trade on Robinhood, you know that the price it shows on the screen is not the price you get. So I waited and I waited, and you have to be patient. The trading takes some patience. But then we had about 11 o'clock this morning, we had a big dump down. And then that's where I started buying. And I bought back in. And I bought back in about 175,000 Doge. So the net gain was about 6,000 Dogecoin. So it's about $1,000 on that swing. Now, this isn't a huge thing, right? It's not like the top of a bull market going all the way down to the bottom of a bear market, right? Which would be just much bigger. And we talked about swing trading, scalping like little bits, or being patient and waiting for months for the big drop. But it's summertime chop. And it's like, so that's what I did. The one thing that was interesting, though, is because I sold it all up here, my portfolio, right, my swing trading dollar amount did not go down last night. What happened to my dollar amount is once we got up to, well, let me do this in white, right? I did do that in white. My dollar amount from here just went sideways, right? It was just going sideways because although the price of Doge was dropping, right, my dollar amount in Robinhood and my Coinbase swing trading account the value didn't drop. It was just going straight across. In Robinhood, it was like $22,000, just like straight across. And so it kept going straight until I bought in right there. And when I bought in, well, there was this immediate drop because of the spread. And if you trade on Robinhood, you know what that is because you buy at a certain price, right? I think it ended up being 1646. Is that what it was? No, 1636. Because it was under 1640. Yeah, my average Dogecoin price is 1639. 1639 is what I ended up getting as my average cost. 1639. Because it had dropped down to here, like 1630, and it bought it at 1639. So I got that immediate drop, and then it just went up from there, and up it went. So instead of my total portfolio being down here, no, it started here and then went higher from here with 6,000 additional Dogecoin in my portfolio. So that's basically how the swing trade worked overnight. And now I'm all in. Let's go, right? Let's see another big green candle. And if the situation is set up again to do it again during the summer, I'll do it again. It's risky. It's risky because what if the price keeps going up and you've sold a bunch of Doge, then you're not enjoying that ride up. I get that. But last night it was just like, nope. And Bitcoin had gone up to about 108.5. It'd gone up to 108.5. And I was just like, yeah, we're not going to hit a new all-time high Bitcoin like on a Sunday night in June. That's not going to happen. And so Bitcoin also sold back down. And Bitcoin actually dropped down to 106.6 or so this morning, but has recovered back up into the 107s. So that's basically how that all worked out. So we'll start with that. Michael Saylor, he hinted yesterday with his Bitcoin dot plot that he was going to buy more. And of course, Strategy did buy another 4,980 Bitcoin at an average price of 106.8. So they now have 597,325 Bitcoin. Almost 600,000 Bitcoin is what Strategy owns. $42.4 billion. And their average price is 70,982 of all of their Bitcoin. 70,000. So some of you bought Bitcoin at 70,000, I know, and lower. Like I have a bunch of mine down at 26,000. But I haven't bought any Bitcoin in a long time. Michael Saylor just keeps buying Bitcoin. Where is he getting the money? It's not him. It's Strategy. And basically what he's doing is convertible bonds, borrowing, using his Bitcoin as collateral on loans to buy more Bitcoin. He let out a couple different preferred stocks to raise more money, to buy more Bitcoin. The company is totally over leveraged to buy more Bitcoin. Some believe that at some point in time, it's just going to break. Strategy will collapse. The board will have to start selling off Bitcoin, which will totally crash the Bitcoin price. That's a thing that's out there. Not going to happen anytime soon. Years and years and years, we'll see. The MicroStrategy stock price is probably overvalued too of what the company actually does. But they do hold a crap ton of Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin price keeps going up. So there's that. And as Peter Schiff says, our good friend Peter Schiff, right? He likes gold. He says, at some point, MicroStrategy will run out of suckers willing to loan it money or buy its overpriced shares. Then MicroStrategy's lack of support will result in Bitcoin crashing well below your average price. And it's like, thank you very much, Peter. Thank you very much. But there's a small percentage of that happening because of the demand for Bitcoin, as more countries and institutions and other companies and banks are all buying Bitcoin. Exchanges, even Coinbase on the side, is buying more Bitcoin for its own strategic reserve. So that just keeps happening for Bitcoin. In the economy overall, what's happening? Well, it's the interest rates. And what's going to happen with the interest rates? Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. First, the miners first. So there is this amendment to the big, beautiful bill that Senator Lummis has put in for crypto miners and crypto stakers. She's basically saying, look, these people are getting taxed twice. You get taxed initially on the tokens or coins that you receive, and then you get taxed again when you sell them. And she's basically saying that's double taxation, shouldn't be double taxed. So there's some language in there which will be a relief on that. So I thought it was, yes, you get taxed when you receive it, the value of whatever it is, you're taxed on that. And then you're only taxed when you sell on the difference of the price between when you receive the token, whether through staking or mining, well, token or coin, and when you sell it. Because that's how the IRS has always done it. So it's not really double taxation. You're not getting taxed on the same thing twice. But that's the argument she's making. I don't know if it's going to stay in the bill or not. There's a bunch of amendments the Senate has added, and they're going to vote on it, and then it'll go back to the House. And Trump kind of wants it done before July 4th. The way Congress works, I don't know if that's going to happen. And I think they take an extended break after July 4th or something, and we'll see how this week goes, but we'll be watching that. The thing about Trump is this, and the interest rates. And Caroline Leavitt showed this during her White House press conference today, basically saying, look, the United States of America right now is a 4.5% rate. There's 34 other countries that have lower interest rates than the United States. Too late, Powell. Powell should already have cut interest rates. And then Trump points out, we should be here at 1%. Is where we should be, right behind Japan. We should be at 1%. And Meet Kevin today was saying, no, because maybe we should be like at 4% or something now. But most of these companies don't have the growth that the United States has and don't have the resources that the United States have. So they're cutting rates aggressively in order to help stimulate their economies. We can actually do it without cutting rates. And as you see, like the stock market is at an all-time high, and our economy is not slowing down despite 4.5% as the Fed's interest rate. What you do get at 4.5% interest rate is that's generally what you're going to get on like your interest rate on Robinhood Gold or your USDC interest rate. If you're holding USDC on Coinbase, you're going to get that rate. or something close to it. If the rate was 1%, if that was the Fed lending rate was 1%, then your Robinhood Gold interest on your buying power would be 1%. It would go down too. It wouldn't be 4.5%. It would go down to 1%. And eventually we're going to get down into the twos probably by the end of the year. Hopefully, maybe 3%. But you'll see that the Robinhood Gold percent you get if you on your buying power and your USDC rate that you get for holding USDC on Coinbase will also be reduced. So that's there. That's there. Well, kind of interesting though. And then you've got, so the monthly close is coming and Bitcoin is about to set the highest monthly close in its history. 107, 108, somewhere in that range. The highest monthly close in its history. And I mean, some people attach a lot of importance to like the calendar and like what the price was at the end of the quarter, at the end of the day, the end of the month. And I'm like, I don't really place a lot of importance on that. It's just like, it is what it is. I don't place a lot of importance on it, but some people do. So I get that. But tighten your seatbelts, like that's like that is a catalyst. No, it isn't. We need news for catalyst, not like what the price ends at the end of the month. But I mean, Vivek here, he's one of those influencers, content creators on X that just post this sensational stuff, right, to get views and clicks. Monetized on X, like all that stuff. So it is what it is. But right now, let me refresh this. Right now, the end of Q2, Bitcoin is up 30% for the quarter. Ethereum is up 36% for the quarter. So Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin for the quarter. But then you look at Q1 and yeah, Ethereum was down 45% while Bitcoin was only down 11%. So, not too much. And for Dogecoin, well, Dogecoin was up. I don't have a Dogecoin quarterly return, but I do have April up 3.5, May up 11.7. So that's about 14.5. And in June, we're down about 13. So that's about up 1.5% for the quarter. So we'll end up in the green for Q2 for Dogecoin, but not in the 30s. It's like 1.5. So like I'm saying, now is the time to buy Dogecoin, not ETH and not Bitcoin. You buy Dogecoin because Dogecoin in its value against ETH and its value against Bitcoin is way down. So like I've been saying, if you want Bitcoin right now, don't buy Bitcoin. You buy Doge. And then when the Doge price takes off and outperforms Bitcoin, and what you really wanted was Bitcoin, then you swap your Doge over for Bitcoin and you'll end up with more Bitcoin. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to it. As far as Doge, it's like, you know, we got investment CEO, like rumor alert. X to integrate Doge and crypto payments by the end of 2025. And I'm like, duh. And like this Black Cat account says source. My grandma said. It's like, yeah. And for me, it's like my cat said it, right? That's what my cat said. No, X is not going to integrate Doge in crypto payments by the end of 2025. This guy just made it up. He just made it up and called it a rumor. And it's like, that's how stupid things are. So you guys know, because you've been listening to me, right? X money is going to launch. Maybe October. That's still my time frame. I'd like to see it October. X money is going to launch in the United States, and it's going to be fiat only. It's not even going to be all the United States, because they're not going to have New York, and they're not going to have a handful of other states. So we know that. And Doge is not going to be on it. And you're going to be seeing all of these articles and all these people, oh, there's no Doge. Doge is dead. It's not even on X. And Kriss has been saying consistently now for about 9 months, 10 months, that when X Payments, now called X Money, launches, Doge will not be on it. So it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody when X launches X Money, Doge will not be integrated on there. So we all understand that. But those out there, there's going to be a bunch of people all upset, and you're going to see it all over, and there's going to be news articles written probably by the Motley Fool, right? Motley Fool's going to say, oh, Dogecoin stinks. You don't want to buy that. It's not even on X. Well, nobody said it was going to be, except rumor alerts and grandmas and cats, right? Yeah, Kilmar, let's just make something up and call it a rumor. Exactly. We'll just make something up. Just like rumor. It's just like, God. Anyway, so we have that. And then the other big news today was Robinhood and their big token thing. And so there he is at like the French Riviera. This is all about tokenization. Somebody posted, I think it was Sean, asked a question on X. It's like, is this going to affect Dogecoin at all? I'm like, nope. It's got nothing to do with Dogecoin. It's all about Robinhood announcing this. Well, let's just call it what it is, right? It's a new way for them to make a lot of money. That's all it is. It's a new way for Robinhood to make a lot of money. And their stock went up like 12% today. It has nothing to do with their current stock trading, their current crypto trading. This is all about them adding additional services, and particularly this tokenization thing. So what is this? Well, it's a way for Robinhood to buy, or I guess they're not even buying it, right? I think maybe they are. They can buy shares in private companies like SpaceX and OpenAI, and they can sell them as tokens to people like in the EU. Something like that. And their market makers are making money on the deal, and then Robinhood gets their rebate on the trade. It's just more trading. It's just more ways to generate revenue, is all it is. It's all it is. And so Vlad was in France making this announcement, France being part of the EU. That was the whole deal, is like now people in the EU could buy these tokenized shares of these US companies, something like that. So that's all that was about. It has nothing to do with Doge. Robinhood still is what it is. You just have to be careful trading it. Like I said, I wanted a price below 16.4, which was this orange line that I've been following when I bought back in. And I waited and waited and waited in Robinhood until its market price showed 16.39. And at that time, the actual price shown on Binance was 16.30. But I got 16.39. And that was that big spread. And I'm like, it is what it is with Robinhood. Again, I sold last night up here at like 16.98. Of course, on Robinhood, I didn't actually get 16.98. I got like 16.89 or something like that because of Robinhood spread. But still, that difference there, I mean, it's only like 3.5%. I get that. It's not a huge amount. It's not going to make me super rich by this little swing trade. But it's the summer of chop. Little swing trade, little scalp, got me 6,000 additional Dogecoin by making this trade, or series of trades, because I had both Robinhood and Coinbase coins that I was doing the swing trade on. And I ended up with 6,000 more Doge just by executing this swing trade. It's all about coin count, guys. It's all about increasing the coin, like I've been talking about for weeks now, increasing coin count going into the fall. That's my theory. That is what I'm doing, increasing coin count. So now I'm about 460,000 Doge, somewhere up there, increasing my coin count. See if I can get over 500,000 Doge by October. Buy more on dips, continue to accumulate. Won't be able to buy any more in July because I've got my tax payment I need to make. I'm paying my pre-quarterly taxes to the IRS for front-running essentially the capital gains taxes, because my accountant says, Kriss, you need to do this, otherwise you'll pay a penalty to the IRS because you were so off and you had so much money there. And I'm like, okay, I do what my accountant says. So yes, I have to make that tax payment. So instead of buying Dogecoin this month with new capital, I'm instead swing trading to accumulate more Doge. So there it is. That's what we got. Next stop to take profit, 17,280. Dream whip, we will see. We will see what the next big green candles are. And if they're anything like they were last night and Doge accelerates up like this, I will probably do another swing trade. Rumors, grandmas, cats. Yep. That's pretty much what this live stream is all about. Dogecoin, rumors, grandmas, and cats. Yes. 17,221. Donnie, you think that is it? You missed your target price at 16.97. Yeah. I just did a market sale. I wasn't trying to be cute and fancy with limit orders on this. I figured it was close enough, and I just did a market sale. So, of course, on Robinhood, like I said earlier, I didn't get 16.98. I got 16.89 instead. Hey, there's the cat. Speaking of cats, Pax Cat is making an appearance. There he is. Hey, Pax Cat. Hi. Charlotte, your cat's here. Hey. Hey. Meow. Hi. What you doing? You want to say hi to Charlotte? Want to say hi to the chat? Huh? Hey. Nope. He's just going to go do his thing. Happy Monday, everybody. Looks like we should come up and tag 17.3 soon based on liquidation heat map before pulling back. We'll take a look at the heat map. Sure. We'll take a look at that. Where is he getting the money? Mr. DW. Who are you talking about? Because I'm just retreading now. It's not me. How many taxes am I going to have to pay on the swing trade? Mar. So here's the thing. So I had not sold Dogecoin since January. So the Dogecoin I had in Coinbase, I bought at 13.8. So that Dogecoin is a capital gains profit. But the Dogecoin I had in Robinhood, I sold either even or at a loss, because those were the ones that I was buying at 21 cents and 17 cents. So that is this Dogecoin right here. I bought on that green dot there. Here, let me go to the 4-hour chart. We can see it a little better. So right there, that was on that dip. Remember, Dogecoin had gone up to 25 cents. I bought some at 21 cents. And then it went up and it dipped again. And I bought some more at 21 cents. And then it dipped all the way down to here, 19 cents. So I bought some there. I thought there was one more buy at 17. I'm pretty sure maybe I just didn't mark it, but it was like one of these in June I bought. And that's the one that wasn't really much of a difference. Point being, that was Doge I actually sold at a loss. But I did it to increase my coin count. So it's going to offset some of the gains on my other Doge. So essentially, it was nothing. It was basically nothing, is what it was. In fact, it might have been a little bit more on the other side where it was more losses than gains. Because I had more that I had bought at 21, 19, and 17 than the stuff I bought back at 13.8. Either way, that's the tax implication there. Christoph, I should call you up when I'm selling and buying. I've told you all, right? I've told you what to look for. How many times did I say, when you see the big green candles going up, right? That's the time. So that's what I did. Big green candle went up. Now, again, swing trading is not for everybody. Also, there's a risk. There's always a risk. Doge could just keep on going higher and may not come back to that price. Always a possibility. Understand your risks. Just, again, summer of chop. In the fall, I'm not going to be swing trading. Again, I repeat myself. In the fall, I am not going to be swing trading, because I think there's a better chance in the fall that once the price starts escalating, like those two big green candles there, it could keep going. Again, just my view of it. That's what I'm doing. There you go. There you go. Everybody like the screen, like the screen, like the stream. Yes, Charlotte's in the house. You're in the south of France with your parents. Started watching the stream. Sound came through the main speaker. My parents heard Kriss talking super loud, but they don't know English, do they? So they don't know what I was saying, right? Thank you, Mr. Leo. Appreciate it. The only news in that entire Robinhood stream related to the US was updated charts coming to the mobile app. Perpetual futures for crypto offered. So there you go. Again, it's more ways for them to make money. Yes, I saw that there was a thing on staking Ethereum and Solana. When is a good time to buy? LOL. Yeah. Yes, more is better. Yes, DB. More is better. That's the goal. My OCD wouldn't let me have 500K. You could probably get a few. Yeah. I know. Well, I bought 120,000 back in on Robinhood. I could have gone like 121, 640 or some odd number. And I just went, yeah, we'll just make it 120 because my OCD, of course. So yeah, it's 55,000 on Coinbase and 120,000 on Robinhood. And what kills me is, you're going to love this, Donnie. What kills me, because again, I've got OCD as well. My position is actually, I don't know if I'm going to have to go into this mode here so you can actually see it. My new position is actually 120,000.0028. You see that right there? Right there? 120,000.0028 right there. And that is because there was some Dogecoin dust or something left over. But anyway, you can see my average price now is $16.39. And so far, I'm up $378 in profit. That's about 1.9% since my rebuy. And there you go. So that's my Robinhood Doge account there. $120,000.0028. It's like, what? I said sell all. And somehow between the time I said sell all and it actually selling, there was a little dust left over. So weird. Robinhood. Anyway, so that's the deal with Robinhood. $25 a day for me. Buy extra on the dips. Be so kind as to advise when you do swing trades and when you sell. I've given you all the tips, Sean. Big green candles, sell. Big red candles, buy. And you just have to watch. And again, I've been talking about this orange line over and over and over again. And I was convinced that we would go back and touch it as support. And we did this morning. Because as most of you know, most remember, we've been talking about this orange line for a long time. And so I was convinced after these big green candles going up, we would come all the way back down. And we did. Now, if it didn't, and we got close and then started going back up, then I might have had to rethink my strategy and maybe buy a little higher. But that didn't happen. It did come back to support, and it did dip below support. Great buying opportunity, and that's what I did. Could it go down even lower than that? Sure. If we get bad economic data, Jerome Powell's going to say something stupid tomorrow, that rattles the markets, and all the markets go down lower. Bitcoin decides to go down and revisit like 102 or 101, maybe even 100K. Dogecoin will drop lower. That will happen. But for now, on the swing trade, it was like, we'll just do that. So that's what I did. DW, you're just a hodler and a dip buyer. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You're going to win. You're going to win doing that as well. Lucifer, I find pleasure in occasional suffering and buy on the green candle sometimes. You're the anti-Kriss. The New York weather girl is in the house. Hello. Greetings. When filing taxes, can you report the previous year crypto losses? You can carry over losses from the previous year. Depending on how you claimed them. Like in your 2024 tax year, if you had, I don't even know what the number was, the max that you could put on a loss, then you carry over. You don't carry over gains. Gains you have to pay all the tax on. But if a loss is over a certain amount, you can only claim so much of a loss, and you can carry over the rest. And again, likewise, there's a cap the next year as well. But you can offset profits with those losses in the following year. The leader of meme coins, but weaker than the ones below, Dogecoin needs to be strengthened urgently. Is there anyone behind this? That's what we've been talking about on this channel for months. So go watch some of my previous videos. And yeah, because there's a lot of stuff going on with Dogecoin, the House of Doge, X, Tesla, Elon, the wild card. There's Doge OS, building on Doge, using Doge. So all of that is all being done. Should I buy bonds? Lucifer says, why don't you invest in Pokemon cards? You'd be doing limit orders to round it out. Yeah, I gave up on that. I just do market orders now. I've had too many limit orders that didn't hit because I was trying to be cute. And I'd get really, really close and it wouldn't hit. And I'd be like, so now I just do the market order. It's not the best price, I know, but I know, right? The US Fed not claiming to be political feels like a joke. I still have my 100 Trump collectibles. Yes, still holding. Still holding. Someday there's going to be a big run on these things. I don't know. Maybe $8.93. Yeah, it's just not doing much, is it? Not doing much. Yep, I still hold them. Note, buy on the orange line. There you go. Christoph is here taking notes. Scribbling. Actually, I was like below the orange line is what my philosophy was. It's like, it's going to dip right below, so I'm going to buy. And that's what I did. Will that happen again this time? Next time? I don't know. I see formations on the line chart before the previous bull run we had in 2024. The pattern I'm looking at is crazy. There may actually be a super move in the future. We can only hope. Yeah, and we've got like our friend Trader Allen, right? He's been doing a lot of these. So they're probably very similar, right? Like this one. This is one of them here that we've been looking at. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Where you see this kind of movement and then boom. Oh, that was 2021. Sorry. There was another one that he did. Wait. Blah, 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 blah. Not accelerating growth. Not that. Not the MACD crossover. We were just looking at it the other day. This one. It was this move. So this was the 2024 move here. There was a falling wedge pattern bouncing off an upward sloping support line. Came up, retest, go. Could we see that again? So something like this, rage. Is this something like this? This is what Trader Allen showed. A repeat in a pattern, setting up for a big move. How are we feeling about Trump collectibles? I can tell you how I'm feeling, which is not good. I may have to take the L on that one, the big L on the Trump token. I messed up on a swing trade, sold at 16.25, hoping it drops down to at least 15.75. Well, Christian, it might, but right now, $16.4 is a good support line. Financial advice, invest in beanie babies. Or those stupid Lubulus or whatever they're called. They seem to be the new beanie babies. Elon is losing his mind again about the big beautiful bill. Yeah, he's talking about like maybe we need a new party. One that isn't going to keep feeding the pig, right? Because the Democrats and the Republicans will just keep feeding the pig. Hey, he's making a good point, right? No politician wants to cut programs, though. That's the problem. Because then they go back home to their constituents, and their constituents ask them, how come our funding got cut? And that's how they lose their reelection in their home state, home district. Everybody wants to keep their stuff going, right? Money flowing into their district, into their state. So it's politics. That's the way it is. So Elon can yap on and on and on about how the bill is adding to the deficit. But in the end, the politicians all want to keep money flowing to their state and their district. That's just the way it is. So what Trump is trying to do is overcome that with growth in the economy so that the small amount, what he's saying is a small amount, but he's not even calling it that. But that's what he's intending, is it is a small amount as an increase to the deficit. He's not admitting that it is true because he doesn't want to be caught on tape saying that. But it's the growth of the economy that will overcome that and be stronger. Better make sure to sell the Trump before his term ends. Yeah, I'm not going to be holding these things after he's gone. $17.3, and then it may dip back down. I don't know, 1609. Oh yeah, we were going to look at the heat map, right? Heat map, guys, heat map. What is going on? So this is showing Bitcoin, big shorts up at 109, but huge leverage longs down here, 106.4, 106.3, 106.2. So those have a big target on them. 106.2. So if Bitcoin drops to 106.2, what would Doge? Is this your 1609? Yeah, not really a bunch of big ones down here, though. I mean, they took these out here at 16.2. 1627. That got taken out this morning with that dip. That's when I was buying right there. Guys, that's when I was buying. There were some big ones here. Look at that. There was somebody big betting Doge leverage longs last night after these big green candles came up, and they were betting on it coming up. Meanwhile, there were a bunch of shorters shorting the hell out of Doge, which eventually took over. So these shorters up here, 17.2, 17.3, they're winning right now. These shorters are winning. Interesting. Big battle going on, huh? 17.3 down to 16.1. But the 16.1, that's not big. Let me check out the 3-day. Yeah, there's some bigger ones that are like 2 days out. I see that. Yeah, 16.1 down to 16.09. There it is right there. Yep. We'll see what happens. Boy, these shorters got wrecked here last night. Yeah, Sean, what's Mishabar talking about? So Mishabar on X, he's talking about ledger recover. So again, I have a Ledger hardware wallet that I love, and I think it's the best crypto hardware wallet there is. And if you're interested in a hardware wallet, I do highly recommend. Let me put this in a new window here, huh? I highly recommend Ledger. Ledger Flex, Ledger Stacks, Ledger Nano X, or Ledger Nano S Plus. This is the one that I have. It's the Nano S Plus, $79. It does everything I need. Okay. Now, Ledger also has this thing called secure protection of your secret recovery phrase. This is what Mishabar is talking about, is this. Ledger Recover. It's a digital backup of your secret recovery phrase. Not only does it put your recovery phrase, your words, in the hands of someone else where there's risk, but also what Mishabar is saying in the fine print. In the fine print there is some clause that says governments could come and confiscate crypto using this Ledger Recover path into your hardware wallet. I say, don't buy this. Not only is it $99 a year, right? It's like you got to pay for this, but it's like you don't need it. You buy the device for what it is. You get a pen and a piece of paper. You write down your words, right? You write them all down. And you take that piece of paper, you hide it somewhere safe. Your responsibility. That's all. It's your responsibility to keep those words safe. Why would you pay this company $99 a year? It's your responsibility. It's important enough, particularly if you've got a crap ton of crypto you're putting on there. It's important enough for you to take care of your words, your recover phase. That's your responsibility. So Mishabar he's talking about this. So, which I don't recommend. I don't recommend this. I think these Ledger Crypto hardware devices are the best on the market. They're awesome. You don't need this. So that's what Misha Bar was going on about. Anyway, I do have a link in the description below if you want to check out the Ledger devices. Check that out. Good question. What's up, Jason? Reminds everybody to hit the like button. Thank you. 54 likes. Can't even get to 69 likes in a stream. Weak. The chat is weak. The part of the bill on taxes on tips got removed? They can't remove that. That's the big thing that Trump was campaigning on, was no tax on tips. I'll have to look at that. I'll have to look at that. Right. What Donnie says, Trump ran on that. He'll send it back. I agree. No taxes on overtime, no taxes on tips. Good advice. Don't drink and trade. Exactly. Oh. Yep. So Bitcoin down to 106. It could happen. Those market makers, those exchanges, they do not want those long leverage trades to hit. They want to liquidate them. Or drink Coors Light. Virtually no effect. It's drinking piss water. Drinking piss water. That Coors Light. Hey, Sean, you're about 20 minutes behind. I gotcha. The Costco hot dog back stablecoin is the future of finance. Yep. Spread is going to grow. Swing opportunities coming. It's that kind of summer. It's that kind of summer. Are we gonna ever get the pinging back again from last fall? The pinging. You'll have to help me a little bit, a little more. I don't know what you're asking. Hey, Matt, how are you? Would the Trump collectibles be worth more after Trump passes away? I doubt it. I doubt it, Matt. I'm planning on selling them sometime in the next couple of years. Maybe this fall, if there's a run, even if it gets up to like $16, I'll sell them. Just buying every day, Jason, nothing wrong with that. Maybe after you pay off the house, you'll dabble a bit. Let me put it this way. Now that I have the house, I can take on a little more risk. I can afford to take on more risk because I've got this now. So yeah, maybe you'll start looking at that. Look at the 4-hour chart. Sure. Look at the 4-hour chart. What's going on? Not much. But man, that 16.4 line, that was solid. Solid. What was support became resistance and then support again. Solid 16.4 line. That's where we are. Have I made any progress on the kangaroo side chop? Nope. I'm not making any more videos right now, but I can celebrate though. I can celebrate my swing trade.
All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Ha! There you go. Everybody get up dancing? Okay, the pinging. Got it. Yes, the liquidation sounds. I can always turn those on. It was the liquidation on CoinGlass, and you turn on the volume. There's not a lot going on right now, though. And it really only pings it on the big ones. So we need some big price movements. And then the pinging happens. Right now, it's just not a lot going on the leverage being taken out. But when the big ones hit, it pings. So it's kind of a timing thing, Kilmer. You gotta be like these. Let me go back here. So when this went up like that, the big run, taking out big shorts, you would have heard it pinging. And on these big red candles down, you would have heard pinging. Right now, we're just kind of in between. So, but I have it turned on now. And we'll see whether we get any big ones. But right now, they're all kind of little ones. But the price is going down, and there is some long leverage being taken out. XRP, Peanut, Filecoin, Cato, NMR, Syrup, Curve, Pepe. But they're all pretty small. Bunch of retail traders getting wiped out. We'll see if any big ones coming up. Good night, RR. Never gets old. All eyes on Doge. You're going to play the song when you cash out? Yo, common sense. How are you? If the price goes under your buy price for the swing trade, you're going to add more to your position. I've got a little buying power still there waiting for Megal. Megal's at $1.56 now. I have that waiting for Megal. But if we did see a big dip down like near 16 cents, maybe I would buy some. We did just get a sound. There it was, an XRP, $360,000. $360,000 on XRP. Just got liquidated. Well, there's one ping, Kilmar. Who would put in a long leverage trade on XRP for $360,000? I mean, they must have had it up here. They must have thought that this was just going to keep going up on XRP. And they just got liquidated. But that was only like 2 hours ago. In 2 hours, they lost $360,000 in 2 hours. Gone. Like that. That's why you don't leverage trade, man. You just don't do it. Try to be cute. Try to like buy in. No, when you already start seeing these big candles going up, that's not the time to do a long leverage. You do the long leverage when things are quiet and things are down, and then you add a long leverage. But I'm not doing it though. Not doing it. Not doing it. Where am I looking to take profits the next time there's big green candles going up? It's not a dollar value. It's big green candles. Fast on the Doge chart, big green candles. When you see those again, like we had last night, like that, when I see something like that again, I'll do it again. But only during the summertime or in a bear market. You did well on Pengu, Moreno? Yeah. Pengu has been getting a lot of attention. Well, there was a big swing trade, right? From 1.5 all the way down to 1.3. But it's kind of bouncing around now. Is Bitcoin going to drop to 106? That's a good question. Are we going to see that with Bitcoin? The heat map is saying yes. 106.3 down to 106.1, hundreds of millions of dollars in long leverage trades. Are we going to see that? Does that make sense? That makes sense. They would want to take all that out. 106.2, $126 million. It's not that far away. You think it'll hit 106? But is it going to come up and take out these shorts first up at 109? And then dive down? That's a lot of volatility. This is a short week in stocks. Not a lot of like big economic news going on. Powell is going to be talking tomorrow, but I don't think he's going to say anything that's going to cause any market to crash or David. Doge went to 17 cents because you said it would. Awesome. Did you trade it though? That's the question. Did you trade it? I traded it. Going down is easier. Yes. Going down is easier. It's easier for the market makers to short it. Drive the price down than it is to buy and make it go up. But they need to have other selling going on too. There's got to be some fear there. There's got to be some negative news or something. And all it takes is just a little bit of doubt. And then they can move it. Do I use heat maps to swing trade? I look at the heat maps for targets, but I don't use it as a swing trade mechanism because you never know whether they're going to hit or not. You don't know, up or down. Sometimes they don't hit. So but they do generate some target prices, high and low, for you to think about. So when the price starts moving, then you have an idea of where it might go. But I don't use it exclusively, no. And here's the Doge heat map. A lot more down below than above right now. 16.1 down to 16.09. It's got a big target on it. That's for sure. Not a huge amount of above 17 cents right now on Doge. Is staking crypto worth it on Robinhood? I haven't looked at it yet. It's a new thing. But I mean, for ETH and Solana staking, I mean, you can do that within Exodus wallet. Right? Staking is for really more use for long-term hold. And why would you want to do a long-term hold within Robinhood? And also where you don't actually own the coins or tokens, where you could take those and you could just transfer them to an Exodus wallet and you could stake from there. And then they're in your wallet. You own them. And then the coins that you get or the tokens you get through staking all go into your wallet too. So I don't see any advantage of staking within Robinhood. If you own Solana, move it over to Exodus wallet and stake it from there. And then you have your Solana address that's yours. You own the crypto there. You don't on Robinhood. They're essentially staking it for you, I guess, right? And I don't even know what the percentages are comparatively between Robinhood and Exodus. But there's also other places you can stake as well. I just use that as an example. Maybe there'll be a little Doge dip to buy. BTC to 106. Doge to 16.1. I don't know. The 16.4 line is strong. This orange line is very strong. Is $1 Doge possible? Or is it wishful thinking? Mr. Mojo, I will say both. It is possible and it's wishful thinking at the same time. Probably not the answer you wanted, but that's the answer you get from me. It's still fun to talk about. We were looking at this yesterday on the live stream in terms of market cap, and it would put Doge at number 4 right here, right below Tether. $150 billion market cap. So $1 Doge is not crazy because it wouldn't be worth more than ETH. It wouldn't be worth anywhere near Bitcoin. So it kind of makes sense, particularly if Dogecoin is going to have the utility that we think it's going to have. With all of that, if that all happens, Doge at $1 sitting right here at 150 billion market cap. It's not crazy. Now, $18 Doge, right? $18. That's crazy. $12 Doge is crazy. $10 Doge is crazy. $5 Doge, maybe 5 years from now. Ask me then. Let's see if we can get back to 50 cents first. And then previous all-time high, 73 cents. We got some big milestones to get to before we even get to $1. But it's a good question. It's a good question to ask. 18. I know, right? 18. Yeah, you keep asking Ali. When Ali starts talking about $18 Dogecoin again, then you know we're in trouble. Is the staking on Coinbase different from Robinhood? You buy ETH on Coinbase and stake it there. I do believe that what Robinhood is doing is very similar to what Coinbase is doing. Again, that's not your personal wallet on ETH on Coinbase unless you move the coins you buy into a Coinbase wallet. If you move it into a Coinbase wallet, then that is your crypto. But if you just have it sitting on the main Coinbase exchange and you stake it there, you're not really staking your ETH tokens. Coinbase is staking for you and you're gaining ETH tokens through that. So it's kind of similar, I think, to what Robinhood is doing. Kind of similar. Joseph, how are you? I have an average of 10 cents. Thinking of loading up in August. If I set a stop loss on the new average for the additional coins, set a stop loss. So in August, if you're buying 16 cents, let's say, I just don't believe in stop losses. I don't see any advantage of using stop losses because then it sells your coins. I would only do stop losses if you're doing like leverage trading. But if you're just buying and holding and, you know, loading up because you think the price is going to go way up, why would you do a stop loss? Because what happens is it's just a one wick down, right? Sells all your additional coins, and then the price goes way up, and you're out those coins. Why would you do that? So, again, that's just me. I don't use stop losses. Maybe I should have on Trump token. If I had set stop losses on Trump token, I wouldn't be down so much. I'd be out of that crap. 5 years from now, we're all going to be rich on our own islands. $18 Dogecoin. You could buy islands in Greece for 1 to 2 million. That probably have like no utilities, right? There's nothing there. What do the bears do in a bull market? They come onto channels like mine and act like stupid bears. They're not around now. They're not around. Good afternoon. We have some other language going on. What are we doing here, guys? I don't know what that is. I don't have a way to translate. They don't do that in YouTube. It's Greek. Yeah. Not translating. What did either block say? It's all Greek to me. Yeah. It's all Greek to me. I have no idea. Oh, he wrote Greece. I get it. Well, hello. Hello to Greece. How are you doing? And you are being funny. Ha, of course, Lucifer. Being a jokester like you always are. CDC in the house. How are you? Good afternoon. Can we get to 18 cents before July 4th? Probably not. We had a good shot at 17 and didn't hold. This week is going to be, the volume is going to tick down during the week. So the chance of getting to 18 cents by the 4th, pretty low. Trying to play it safe. Yeah, I just don't trade with stop losses. I'm so confident the price is going to go up this fall that I just don't want to be out of my coins if there's a sudden drop. Now, in a bear market, that's different. I don't think we're in a bear market. It's been bearish the past 6 months. I know. I admit it. Charts don't lie. Ever. Ever is the key word. We'll see this fall how much momentum Doge gets. How much momentum is Doge going to get? Some of us are targeting 42 cents to begin to take some slices of profit. See what happens. For those just coming in, these white lines here, this was my portfolio balance because I sold up here just on my swing trading portfolio. So that instead of my portfolio balance going down with the price of Dogecoin, it actually just straight lined across. Because I sold all my swing trade Doge last night and then I rebought in this morning. So then when I rebought in, there was a little blip down because of stupid Robinhood, because of their spread. And there was a tail down here where Doge did go down to about 1625 or so. And then it was up from there. So now my portfolio value is way up here instead of following the Doge price down here. That's all that white line is. And that difference was about $1,000 in my portfolio. That's about $1,000 save there by doing the swing trade. And now I've got 6,000, roughly 6,000 more Dogecoin now than I had last night. I know we've been going through the summer chop. And I talked about when you see big green candles, you sell, take profit or swing trade. And I was like, I'm going to swing trade this. Pumptober, baby. You know it. Pumptober. You know what happens then, right? Then we're going to be dancing. Then we're going to be dancing.
Kriss on the block where the lights don't stop, flipping coins like Doge till we hit the top. Crypto in my veins, got my heart on pop. Count stacks so fast, make a ticker drop. Toast to the moon, we don't need no breaks. Kriss with the moves like a dancing mix. Pocket full of dreams, no time for fakes. Crypto hustle, baby, till the whole world shakes. Blockchain buzzing like a street parade. Kriss stacking Doge like a boss self-made.
Ah, we're having fun. Yep, that's a new one. That's a new one. Fun with AI. Let's go. Doge rap. You know it, right? It's Kriss making moves. The crypto hustle. I want to see you do that dance at the dollar. Yeah, right. NSYNC vibes. Well, you got to have a crew with you, right? All dancing in unison. Isn't that awesome? You got to have your crew with you. Oh. Yeah, I was playing with AI. I first last weekend was the video part, and then, or last week, and then the song it came with, I played it with a different song, and I got a copyright claim on the song for just that clip. That stupid 20-second clip. I got a copyright claim. So then I went into one of those song AI apps, and I made a song. And yep, that's what it came up with. And I was like, that's awesome. That's so awesome. So I mixed them together, then got rid of that other song that was with that and put mine on. Nora. I think that Nora Labs app is going to be great, particularly when they get the iOS Apple app approved. I think they've got a really good concept there. It's not just a meme token. It actually has use. And I think it's going to be big. Not financial advice. Lucifer has some too. Nora good. Let's go. I know, right? Well, we had a little bit of a sell-off there, but now, what's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin is still just kind of futzing around here. 107.3. Volume's like ticking down. Not much going on right now. Yeah, we talked about staking on Robinhood. I don't know what they're given, though, and what the difference is in the percentage. Let me see on my Robinhood app. We did talk about it. I don't own any. Oh, you can bet on the Wimbledon Championship. Alcaraz, 44 cents. Sinner, 34 cents. Djokovic, 13. Wow. That might be a good bet on Djokovic if you think that he can beat Sinner. Earn with staking. Earn more with staking. Earn an estimated 7.4% APY when you stake SOL. 2.5 for ETH. 7.4 for SOL. So if I go and I look at like what someone else is offering, like let's say Exodus. Let's see what they're giving. But see, with Exodus, you actually own the token. You actually own it. Oh, I just got my Bitcoin from Ledger. I just got some Bitcoin. 0.0039 Bitcoin. Thank you. So Solana, staking. Solana is offering, 6.7% on Exodus for Solana staking. 6.7. And Robinhood is saying 7.4. Well, it's estimated. It can change. I don't know what that means. You just don't own the Solana on Robinhood. You don't own it. Where if you put it in your Exodus wallet, you own it. Yeah, so I don't know. It'll be easy just to do it in Robinhood, but I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, they're obviously staking it themselves and then just giving you a portion of what they earn, something like that. I don't know. Unstake at any time. Yeah. I don't know who won the gold bar, CVC. Never heard. Is staking similar to dividends? Yeah, it is. Yep, you're getting rewarded for holding. It is. Mark my words, Doge will finish above 1669. Well, we're at 1665 now, so we'll see. We got 2.5 hours left before the official end of day, end of month, end of quarter, 1669. I'm not watching Diddy. Don't care, Nigel. I am setting with 150,000 Dutch Doge. Parwees, is Dutch Doge different than regular Dogecoin? If so, you've got Doge at a 40-cent average, or is that something different? I'm probably going to move my ETH from Coinbase to Robinhood, as I have all my ETH on Robinhood, and just stake it there. You could. Yep. Well, Nick, that's the thing, right? My Dogecoin swing trade that I just did was 3.5%. And that was just one trade. So if you think you can swing trade and make more, you can do that. Yep, that is true. There's always a risk associated with that. Why not just take the easy 7% holding? You believe in the coin, and you're going to hold it long term anyway. And then you don't lose the calendar, right? So that you hold it for more than a year and then you sell it for a profit. It's a long-term capital gains tax as opposed to the short-term capital gains tax you have to pay for swing trade profits. So Dutch Doge, that means the government takes 43% and later you pay a fine. have no idea. Oh, no idea. So Meggle ended up the day at $1.56. We're still waiting. Hi, Cat. The cat is back in the house. Everybody say hi to Pax Cat. What you doing up there, buddy? Pax Cat. He's in his own world. He's absolutely in his own world. Hey, you want to say hi? You want to say hi to the chat? Nope. Silly cat. Hey, Anthony, how are you doing? Did you see my swing trade? My swing trade. Big green candles last night, sold. Comes all the way back to my orange line, dips below, and I buy back in. Where are you going? Cat. Pax Cat is the man. It's his house, and it's his world that we just live in. The king in the castle. Yeah. You're the king, buddy. Huh. Love the Pax Cat. Everybody loves the Pax Cat. Just woke up. Yep, so this was my trade. Price target. The volume's already low, so I'm just waiting for the price to come down. I might try to, depending on how long it takes, right? Maybe below $1.40 this time, but I'd like to see $1.30. Is it going to get down into the 120s again? I don't know. Don't know. But I'm being patient, like you should be if you are a swing trader. Patience is a good part of it. You never know if there's going to be a lower price or a lower price coming. So, patience. Yep, we all are heavy in bonds here. This is a bonds channel. We're stuck. We're stuck in our bonds. You have a 07 bonds. 007. What are you doing, Cat? What you doing, buddy? Huh? All right. All right. See, not a green screen. It's not a green screen. You have 28 cryptos in your portfolio. 27 of them are in the red. And 1 is in the green. And it's Bitcoin. You're just buying at the wrong time. Just buying at the wrong time. Haven't needed a bond in a long time. I know. Wrong channel for that. Yep. Who's going to bail me out if I go to jail, right? Who's going to bail me out? The cat? Is the cat going to bail me out? Huh? Buddy? You can bail me out? At this point, fully in the green. Waiting for the fun now. I'm still down on the Trump token. A little bit on stacks still, and that was in the KrissPax DCA portfolio. And Nura, a little down on Nura. Any idea when they'll list more tradable crypto on Robinhood? We keep waiting. I mean, they did just add some, didn't they? I thought they just added some. Newly listed crypto. MooDang, Mew, Popcat, Peanut, Pengu, Arbitrum, Trump. I guess the new ones are MooDang, Mew, and Popcat. Those are the most recent ones. MooDang's down 5.2%. Who's buying that? Pengu is up. Peanut the squirrel's in the green today. It's like, what? Peanut the squirrel? They should list a lot more. The bondsman might accept Doge. Yeah, I'm surprised too. If the jail accepts Doge, I'll get you out. Well, thank you. Sounds like a new business opportunity. The Doge bondsman. Rip Peanut. That's why I say that at the current environment, Bitcoin is outperforming. I'm talking about the investment side of things, not the swing trading. Yep, I get that. But I'm still of the belief that this fall, cryptos will be outperforming Bitcoin. So buy into other cryptos now and then trade it into Bitcoin. Now, because of what has happened in the past, has been Bitcoin outperforming all these other cryptos. And here we are. Bitcoin dominance 65. It's actually gone down today. Bitcoin dominance dropped. It's dropped a bit. Doge BTC trading pairs going up. Going up. Doge versus Bitcoin. Sounds a bit nutty. The Doge bounty hunter. I love it. Polkadot. Nobody's using Polkadot. It's like a dead chain. It really is. What did Robinhood use for their new tokenization thing? They used Arbitrum on ETH, is what they used. Arbitrum is a layer 2 on ETH. And what did Arbitrum do today? Went down. Now, there were a bunch of front running that was going on Sunday before the announcement. So somebody knew. Somebody knew. And so Arbitrum went on a big run yesterday. And so today it's down. Maybe it was announced somewhere. I didn't hear it though yesterday. But yeah, Arb went on a run yesterday. But yeah, that's what Robinhood is using for their tokenization thing, is Arbitrum. That was a nice little run yesterday. At its peak, it was up 24%. That's when you wanted to swing trade, right? Big green candles. Big green candles. Swing trade. It's the summer of chop. Price will come back down. Maybe that's why Doge went up. Because Arbitrum and ETH were going up. That's what I think. Arbitrum and ETH were going up because of the Robinhood thing. And then everything else followed. That makes sense. Doge is just not holding 16.7. Just not holding it. Summer of chop continues, guys. Just continues. Christopher, happy Monday to you. Who's all staking Solana and Ethereum. You can unstake at any time, no waiting. That's big. I remember the graph I had, and I had it staked, and I had to wait 30 days to unstake it. Can you believe that? 30 days to unstake. Why would they do that? Because they don't want you to unstake it. 30 days. It's a lot that happens in crypto in 30 days, man. You staked on Coinbase and hated it? Yeah, somebody else said that they're going to transfer their ETH off of Coinbase over to Robinhood and stake there. Elon talked about Dogecoin last time was in front of Tesla at I'm trying to see if I had a clip on it. Yeah, Giga Berlin, this one. Oh, let me get the comment out of the way. This was the last time Elon talked about Dogecoin.
When can you buy a Tesla with Dogecoin? Well, at some point, I think we should enable that. You can buy Tesla Mocha with Doge, which is cool. So Dogecoin to the moon. In fact, a lot of people maybe don't know the reason that I actually ended up sort of, somewhat endorsing Dogecoin was when I was walking around the factory at Tesla, some people who were just, they were working the line, like not rich people or anything, and they said, can you please support Doge? And then also, I was at SpaceX and also just, walking the factory, and some regular guys just said, hey, can you support Doge? And I was like, you know what? Doge is the people's crypto, so I will support it. Because lots of rich people were supporting Bitcoin, but I was like, but the people on the line want me to support Doge, I will support Doge. So, Doge is for you.
So there you go. That was the last time I heard Elon talk about Dogecoin. And that was pretty good, right? But he hasn't said a peep. That was about a year and a half ago is when that happened. There hasn't been anything from Elon. Now he's been a little busy, right? Looking into politics, Department of Government Efficiency, and back to SpaceX and Tesla and all the work there. But typically when Elon says something, he doesn't forget it, and he eventually gets back around to it. So that's why I think he's a wild card. He's the wild card in all of this. That's what I say. Yeah, what are you going to do with your Robinhood stock, Michael? What are you going to do? Because it is just crazy now, isn't it? How high did Hood go up today? Because it was up like 10, 11% today, right? $93, trading at 95 after market. You more than doubled. You more than doubled your Robinhood. Do you wait for 100 or Do you think there's other people that may sell before it gets to 100 and then it starts going back down? I don't know. That's a tough one. But it's trading right now after market at $95.69. That seems like a pretty good price to me. It could go higher tomorrow. I don't know. But that's a 14% gain today after already being up as much as you are. Anyway, see what happens. But 95.69 just seems to me like that's a pretty good price. Good luck. You're already in the green. I mean, that's awesome that you bought it at 41. Awesome price. And it's been on a ride. I'd rather mine than stake. Yeah, staking is easy. Mining, that takes some work. The title of the stream today is monthly quarterly close. Yeah, because we were looking at earlier at the at where we are quarterly and monthly for Doge and comparing it to Bitcoin and ETH. Of course, quarterly for Bitcoin and ETH, much higher than Doge. Quarterly returns. Yep, got it. That's what we were looking at earlier. Swing trading comp. I've never bought comp, so 5 to 8% moves could be one worth trying, Nick. I don't follow compound, so I don't know what the ranges are and how it trades. Oh, I see, Anthony. You want me to be either a full bull or a bear with my thumbnails and titles, and then you'll do the opposite. Got it. Got it. Okay. All right. I'll have a big mouth open face and say Dogecoin's going to the moon. And then you know it's going to go down, right? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I saw the email from Robinhood about their changes for crypto, and I just deleted it. I did not read it. I didn't read it. Rotate Robinhood until Megal gets down to $1.20. I don't know if it's going to hit $1.20. There's a lot of us all buying at $1.29. And we're all going to front run you. And you're never going to get $1.20. I don't know. Yeah, nice buy, Mike. Exactly. That's a good price. I remember swing trading Robinhood last fall. I bought it $14 and sold it at like 28 or 30. And it's just like, now looking at it, it's like, man. But that was all for the house. So that's all that was for. Hey, Zombie, we're all kind of mixed right now. There's no clear answer what Doge is going to do other than chop. I think everyone agrees that Doge is just going to continue to chop along. Up and down, up and down, up and down. So I'm waiting for the next big up, the next big green candles like these. And then I'll probably sell my swing trading Doge stash and then buy back in when it goes back down. This wasn't a big enough move right here. Not big enough. So that's what I'm doing. 16-cent Doge, always a good buy. Is there a crypto for a buy and hold? You mean like Bitcoin? That's what you want me to say, right? You mean like Bitcoin? How about Peak? You want to buy Peak? It's on sale. You can bring your average down big time. Robinhood Crypto. We revised our Robinhood Crypto customer agreement. I just got the notification now. I got the email earlier. Now I just got the notification. 27 pages. Wow, look at this. Why don't they just tell you the changes instead of giving you the whole customer agreement again? They should just tell you what the changes are. I ain't reading this. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. Yeah, there it is, right? I just got it too. I ain't got time. Why don't they just highlight the changes for those of us that read it before? Because I remember reading this a couple years ago. But no, I'm not reading this. Just at the end, do they give a summary? Nope. Appendix is state license disclosures, not the changes. State license disclosures. Boy, it's a big one for New York. You guys in New York, I'm sorry for you. Very sorry. That's it. Yeah, it's the whole customer agreement, not just the changes. So have no idea what the changes are. For growth, well, Anthony, wouldn't we all like to know? Wouldn't we all like to know what that crypto is? Peak appears to be set for capital destruction. Yeah. Hey, but you know, we try these things, right? That's like a real world asset. You know, real world assets. It made sense. It made sense. 7.8 cents. Well, it's up from June 22nd when it was down at 6 cents. That was the low, June 22nd, 6 cents. Yeah, not much going on there. Yeah, Anthony, go ask Grok. See what Grok gives you. Is there a good growth crypto? Well, let's see what Grok says. Is there a good growth crypto to buy for a 1 or 2 year hold? I'll bet they say Bitcoin, right? Grok is going to say Bitcoin. I don't know what you mean by growth crypto, but yeah, number one, Bitcoin. There it is. It's Bitcoin. Number two, ETH. So we got Bitcoin, right? We got ETH. What's the wild card going to be? What's next? What do you guys think? Any ideas? What's next? What's going to be after ETH? What is he going to say? What's he going to say? Salaxy? Yeah, probably it'll be Solana. And then XRP. It won't be Fartcoin. It's Solana or XRP. And it is Solana. There it is. Solana. Oh, and then XRP. And then Cardano. It's like all the biggies. It's just like, oh, God. Emerging. Here you go. Sweet. How about emerging, Anthony? Sweet. Chainlink. Chainlink just doesn't move that much. But Sweet, I mean, I called that one a couple of years ago. Made nice profit on that. I know, Cardano, right? Chainlink. Recommendation. Allocate 60 to 70% to Bitcoin and ETH for stability and institutional backing, and then 20 to 30% in XRP or Cardano for moderate growth. So there you go, Anthony. You're buying XRP and Cardano. XRP and Cardano. Now, if you want to be a little more growth-oriented, combine Solana, Cardano, and SWI or Chainlink for higher upside with a smaller Bitcoin ETH allocation. So there you go. Good idea to ask Grok. Pepe almost dropped to zero again. The Pepe. Since I sold mine on my swing trade, I haven't looked back. Yeah, just about. $9.99 and then rejected. Can still buy it on a dip, right? But everything's kind of getting rejected right now. Haven't seen Ramon. Yeah, haven't. His Pepe profits must have gotten him that island in Greece. No, he hasn't been back. I think he was really just buying back into Doge. That's the last I remember. No, I don't really do any impersonations, CDC. I don't have that kind of voice. David, you thought it would go higher? Thank you. It's the summer of chop. I know, Melania coin. Why doesn't Grok think Melania coin is good? I guess CoffeeZilla has a new video out on the whole Melania thing. There you go, Anthony. Dump the Doge, buy Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana. Or little growth, it's going to be Chainlink and SWI, you know. Little Cardano, SWI. When $1, Pepito. When $1. The dollar sounds good still, but got a long ways to go. Long, long ways to go. All right, gang. Hey, we got the daily close, the weekly close, the monthly close. No, we don't have the weekly close. The monthly close and the quarterly close tonight. So we'll see where Doge ends up over the next almost 2 hours. See if we can get back up at least 1669 or so. That's our target, 1669 for Dogecoin. So we'll see where we end up in a couple hours. Hey, tomorrow I got a video coming out. Have you heard? July price prediction video for Doge will be coming out tomorrow, and then I'll be live again Tuesday evening, Tuesday night. So check that out. Hope to see you all tomorrow. Have a good night or good day wherever you are in the world. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.